Oi, oi. I've gone live early, guys. I've gone live a tad early. How's everyone doing? I got my coffee. I'm ready. I'm geared up. Let's do this. Who's ready for an exciting and intriguing Brazilian Grand Prix? I know I wasn't late for once, Marlin. I know. You sound like my missus. Hey, Veronica, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I'm doing very, very well, guys. It's been a nice chilled Sunday, waiting for this evening, and here we are. Chat box. I don't know I still don't know. Hang on. I had the chat box. Chat box wasn't on. There we go. Feel like I'm early as hell. I know. I was thinking about, maybe I do go. I was like thinking, shall I go live at 1:15? I'll go live at 1:15. But then I got caught up doing some things. So, no. We wasn't drunk last night, Marlene. Just a nice beer to get us through the sprint race last night. So, coffee tonight, work tomorrow. So, no drink tonight. Hey, son, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. Who's my prediction for the podium, guys? Who's my prediction? Well, it's a difficult one. So, we'll run through the Pirelli pit strategy in a second and how many tyres people have remaining, like we normally do. I think it's going to be the top three that we see now. I think it's going to be the two Mercedes and Max. In which order, I'm not willing to fall on my sword and predict. Russell's look strong. I think Russell may win this. I genuinely think, from what I've heard, that the Mercedes do generally have good race pace here. It wasn't a fluke yesterday. Max, of course, does have an extra set of softs, fresh set of softs in use compared to the Mercedes. But they reckon, Pirelli reckon the the medium is a two-stop with the medium is the best strategy rather than a two-stop with the softs. So we'll see. Yeah, I did see that, Sahar. Obviously with FTX, they're big in the news at the moment. And Tsunoda starts in the pit lane due to park firmware changes. Doesn't surprise me. He's been struggling all weekend, Tsunoda. So it doesn't surprise me that he's starting from the back of the grid. Might as well. Didn't he qualify 19th? Or finish 19th yesterday? Well, he was only just in front of the Williams, wasn't he? Yeah, only 40 minutes, Brandon. Only 40 minutes. Not too long to go. Good to see you, Cat. 20% chance of rain. Yeah. I feel like actually now I don't want rain. I said it before the sprint race I wanted rain, and I said it after the sprint race I want rain. But actually now I don't want rain. I think a dry race is going to be intriguing, guys. I think it's going to be intriguing. So, good day, Justin. Welcome, buddy. And everyone else who is new here or returning, good to see you again, as always. So, let me just grab up my images from Pirelli, and we will run through the strategies for today. So, where are we going? Hang on, I'm going to Pirelli Motorsport. Right, so let's have a look at the strategies, guys. Hey, Jerome, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. You still racing F3s or are you F4 now? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race today, guys. So let's have a look at what we've got strategy-wise. So this is what Pirelli are suggesting. Thankfully, barring any safety cars, it's a two-stop strategy today. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, because that gives us some very interesting races whenever there's a two-stop. So the quickest they think is starting on the softs, which everyone has at least one fresh set of softs available to them. And they reckon the quickest is a 2-stop from soft to medium to medium. That is probably what Mercedes are going to prioritise and go for. They may mix it up with... they may try and start on... I don't think they'll start on the mediums. They may try and mix it up. They may not. I don't know. Interesting to see what tyres they both start on today, the Mercedes. The second stop is probably what the Red Bull was going to go for, particularly Max Verstappen, because he has 2 sets of softs available. The only driver, which we'll see in a second, of anyone apart from Daniel Ricciardo, from what I see, who has got 2 sets of softs available to him. So keep an eye on Daniel Ricciardo later on in the race. If the soft seems like it's a very good tyre, is able to go a bit longer, then the soft, and is quick as well, then Daniel Ricciardo may make his way up through the grid. So let's just hop back and have a look at the tyres available then. So Latifi and Tsunoda also have a fresh set of extra softs available to them. But you can see here, Verstappen has an extra set of mediums. Not that it really matters now, but he has an extra set of mediums and an extra set of softs compared to Hamilton and Russell, who only have the 1 set of softs available. Brand new, that is. Ferrari are pretty much similar to them as well. And Perez, they only bought 1 set of softs for Perez this weekend, which is interesting, whereas Verstappen had 3. That's strange. That's very strange. So, F3 working on your A license for F1. Good lad. I want to see you in F1, Jerome. You're fast in the single seaters. I expect you to join F1, and it'd be good to see you and have some battles, man. You're Brazilian, Andre? Oh, good to see you, man. Good to see you. All the way from... Are you in Brazil at the moment? Are you watching this live from the other side of the world? Will people go for the undercuts? Well, let's just have a quick look. That all depends, really. That all depends on how the tyres degrade. So, Pirelli are saying 18 to 25 laps for the softs. That's what we saw yesterday in the sprint race. The sprint race was 24 laps. And in the last 3 to 4 laps, they started to drop off around lap 20 quite considerably. But Max's medium tyres dropped off very heavily. And that was due to the track conditions, due to how not as hot it was. So there wasn't as much grip for the medium tyre. So Max was sliding about a bit more. I still think today a big factor, which Red Bull haven't really clarified, I still think Red Bull, in particular Max, hasn't dialed in his setup. As we know with his sprint weekends, they only have an hour in that first practice session to dial in the setup, and then they can't change it throughout the rest of the weekend because they go straight into quali. So I think this weekend Max just hasn't been able to dial in that setup where he wants it to, and it's a little bit more harder on the tyres than he'd like it. He said he was struggling with rotation throughout practice 1, and he didn't really seem to confirm whether he was still suffering with that or if he'd sorted it at the end of practice 1. So I think they've still got a quick car, but it's more harder on the tyres this weekend than it normally would be because they haven't dialed the setup in. So the mids are not good. No, the mids. Well, hang on. Let's have a look. So I will minimise this, and we can see, guys. We can see here on the tracker at the bottom, waiting for the track temperature to come around. So yesterday, track temp was around 32 to 35 degrees. If it's hotter than that, then the mediums will be. Oh wow. Okay, it is considerably hotter. It's a track temperature of 51 degrees today, guys. That is hot, hot, hot. So, the soft tyre will not last as long as it did yesterday, I suspect. The medium tyre is going to be a much better tyre today because that temperature, it's now just gone up to 52 degrees. It just keeps rising. So, the medium tyre is going to be a lot better today than it is yesterday because track temperature was around 35 degrees, and that's why Max just struggled to really get any temperature in the tyres and was sliding around a bit more than the soft tyre was. Sao Paulo is Rainland. That's going to make this race a lot more fun. Yeah, well, possibly. Yeah, we know that there's always been a chance of rain in Sao Paulo. Interlagos has always made things interesting, but we'll see. We'll see. 1% chance of rain now, is it? Is that what we said there? But 52 degrees track temperature. It's only an air temperature of 24 degrees as well, by the way, guys. So the fact that it's a track temperature that's like more than double what the air temperature is. That's mad, absolutely mad. But yeah, we're in for an intriguing race, guys. In for an intriguing race. So let's just hop back to the Pirelli strategy here. So maybe someone will try and do a one-stop just to hold on to track position. But the thing is here, overtaking is quite easy. You've got from turn 12, I kind of call it the last corner, really. It's full throttle all the way round the back, down the main straight, down to T1. Easy overtaking opportunity, and the same for turn 4. So you really do want, this is a track where you really do want the grip. Track position isn't always necessarily key because it's quite easy to overtake. So getting your strategy right and being on the right rubber at the right time is going to be key today. Can Mercedes make up for the mistakes they made in Mexico? Because they did balls that up, didn't they, really, with their strategy? So it'd be interesting to see what they do today. Hey, Ridwan. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. What's the radar weather looking for Brazil? I think from what someone else has said, I think what Sam said in chat already, it's not going to be raining. I don't think rain is really predicted today. But yeah, so I think this is Red Bull strategy. The very close two-stopper, soft, medium, soft. Depending on how quickly the softs degrade, because if the softs degrade too quickly, then the softs aren't going to be viable towards the end of the race. And then I think this is the primary strategy for the Mercedes. Soft, medium, medium. So yeah, are they going to prioritise anyone? I don't know. I mean, they're going to prioritise the person who is out front first and foremost, and then go from there. Ultimately, Mercedes just want that win. Justin, we have just under 20 minutes until the race starts. Just under 20 minutes. Mexico sucked, yeah, but Mexico doesn't really provide great racing. So we won't see... Interlagos is completely different. We'll see lots of overtakes today, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It is exactly, John. Interlagos is a great track. And I've said it every stream. Go check out my video. You can watch it even now before the race starts because it's only 6 minutes long, where I explain why Interlagos is or deserves to be the finale of the F1 season again. It's been proven time and time again that we get dramatic races here, naturally occurring drama, not false drama, and yeah, just totally deserves it. Ferrari looked a bit slow this weekend. Well, Rid, so Ferrari's issue all season has been that they've had issues with tyre wear. They've been quick over a single lap, but when it comes to a race, they just kill their tyres. Interlagos is a track known for being a tyre killer, and that's why I think we're going to see Ferrari drop behind the top 4 today, because they just don't have the life in those tyres compared to the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. How do you pronounce my username? Stuffy. Like, it's stuffy in here. It's my first initial and last name, basically. So, rolls off the tongue quite well, I think. Mercedes still the best car with hards. Well, I don't think the hards are going to be the right tyre today. I'll be very surprised if we see the hards. We may see, as we said, someone try and throw out a different strategy further down the grid with a set of hards. But I don't think the one stop is really that powerful today. I don't think the time difference is that big. And as we said, track position isn't necessarily key around here because there's some good overtaking opportunities. Sainz with penalties. Yes, so Sainz actually only got a 5-place grid penalty. I thought it was more for that, for taking a new ICE unit. So yeah, he's starting from 7th position. Who do I think will win today, Master? Oh, I still think Max is favourite. I still do think he's favourite, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him win it. I'd like to see one of the Mercedes win it. I don't care who it is. Ultimately, I say this most of the time, I just want to see a good race today. Like, if Max wins it, fair play, but I want it to be close. I want it to be dramatic, because there's nothing else to play for at the moment, is there, really? Mercedes is like the only team that have got something to play for. The constructors, they do care about, but they don't. It's more about getting a win for them and taking some confidence into next season. Can you get a pole scissor wins? Yeah, give me a second. Pre-season starts in March next year, I think it is. So all the cars get unveiled in like February, and then we have the first testing session in like the first couple of weeks of March, and then the first race I think is last week of March. Come on. I want to add a pole. Oh my god, it's so laggy. Who will win? Hamilton. Max. I feel like there's only really 4 people who are going to win this. The top 4. I don't think Ferrari are in this today, so that's why I've put the top 4. Let me know what you think. Yuki is in the pits because apparently he's taken setup changes. So, yes, Jerome. Yes, as we said, the medium tyre was not great yesterday due to the track conditions. It was too cold of a track for the medium tyre. So Max was just couldn't get it switched on. The soft tyre was the tyre to use, and he was just sliding about a lot, which is why he had more tyre deck. I also think he hasn't got that setup dialed in this weekend. Struggled with rotation during the middle sector, which we know is so difficult anyway, so easy to lock up, like so easy to lose time. And Russell, Mercedes, and even Sainz as well. Sainz's tyres dropped off towards the end quite considerably, but even Sainz, like they could tell they had so much more grip and confidence through that middle sector compared to Verstappen on the mediums. But track temperature is 52 degrees at the moment, so now the tables are flipped and the mediums are going to be a better tyre. So I'd be interested to see if those softs last even as long as what Pirelli have suggested today. 18 to 25 laps. Wouldn't surprise me on high fuel, first part of the race, 52 degrees track temp. Wouldn't surprise me if we see those softs last maybe 15 laps. This is the last Mercedes chance to win. Well, we keep saying that, Kat. We keep saying it. I said it last week, Mexico was. And they keep surprising me. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to learn from my lessons now. I'm going to learn from my mistake and actually say it wouldn't surprise me if we see them maybe fight at Abu Dhabi. I still don't expect it, but I also wouldn't be surprised because the Red Bull still has better straight line speed and Abu Dhabi has a considerably long straight. It's quite similar setup, Abu Dhabi to Kota, and I think we'd see a similar thing play out as Kota did at Abu Dhabi. If the sprint was like 2 laps longer, the Latifi would have been lapped. 1 lap. If it was 1 lap longer, it would have been lapped most likely. Yeah, he really struggled yesterday. He was the only other car on mediums, wasn't he? So, if George wins the last 2 races, does he go into 2023? Never, John. Never. No, Lewis will always be number 1 at Mercedes. While they say they treat their drivers more on a level playing field than any other team, which I think they do, Lewis is always going to be higher in the pecking order. He's been at that team considerably longer. He's won considerably more championships there. George knows that. So, but George also isn't going to roll over. George wants to win championships. He wants to win races. And if Lewis gets in his way, then I think George will not be scared of Lewis and will happily go toe-to-toe with him. Sam, stop jinxing it, man. We don't want to bring him in here. Charles Leclerc today, Master. Charles Leclerc, yes. I don't know. I just don't see that Ferrari strategy team making any kind of decent call. They've been shocking all weekends. The tyres, they're just terrible on the tyres as well, Ferrari. So I just don't see it, really. If we could change the track layout, where would I change it? I don't think I would change Interlagos. I think it's a track that is like perfect. I really think it is. Like, I love it. I love Interlagos, and it provides such great racing. I don't think it's a track that needs to be changed. I love the middle sector. I love the fact of it getting out of turn 12. You've got the run down to turn 1. Like, there's always kind of chops and changes. Like, I really like it. It always throws up drama, and I don't think there's any reason to change anything on this track. So, hey, True, how's it going, buddy? Of course I missed you. Of course I missed you. Second last race this season. Yeah, it's Sebastian Vettel's second last race, isn't it? Great result for him yesterday in P9. So hopefully he can score some points. 2 right as well after nearly being he got driven off the track by Stroll, didn't he? Did you guys see that? Absolutely ridiculous by Stroll. How that guy is just... Oh, hang on. George Russell saying they're not really looking at the medium as a good tyre. But then again, as we've said already, the medium tyre in those conditions yesterday just didn't work. It will work in these conditions because of how hot it is. He's being coy there. He's being coy. You said it last time, no bots in sight. Well, hopefully, same thing again. It Leclerc is on the Inters. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Track temps are 51, 52 degrees last time we checked. Yeah, it's very hot. It's about 15 degrees hotter than it was yesterday. 35 degrees, I think it was track temp. That's why the medium struggled. Softs were better. This time around, softs are going to be quick, but they're not going to last as long. So I'm intrigued to see. We've got, what's the time now? 10 minutes. So we've got 4 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes or so that we see. 5 minutes before the race starts, that we see the tyre blankets come off and we see what drivers are actually starting on. You're more Vettel than Ricciardo? Nah, I do like Ricciardo. I do like. There's strong rumours that, I mean, it hasn't been announced yet, but there's strong rumours he's going to be Red Bull's reserve driver for next year. So he'll be either Mercedes or a Red Bull reserve driver / simulator driver, and then hopefully try and get a drive for next year. Hamilton P2. Yeah, he's starting P2 because Sainz took a grid place penalty. He took 5 places due to a new ICE unit in his engine. Will I cry when it's Vettel's last race? Nah. I'm hard. No, I'd be sad to see him go, but I think Vettel's going at the right time. I just hope that Vettel doesn't leave Formula One altogether. He's grown up so much, since he was in F1, and he has so many forward-thinking ideas, I think, for F1. I think it'd be brilliant if he went up into a position in the FIA or just F1 in general and was able to have a say on how the sport is run, because I think him leaving F1 entirely would be a travesty. I think you could really utilise him. That's all right, boss. No worries. Welcome, Rick. Love doing these streams, guys. I'm a bit sad, really, but I didn't start these at the start of the season. It's always been something that was on my mind, and I finally did it. And they've been really successful. And I appreciate everyone who keeps coming back. I appreciate all the newbies as well who's found the channel. Of course, we do sim racing content on here as well, predominantly around F1 on iRacing in VR. The proper simulator, not that rubbish stuff you see on F1 22. I said it, guys. I said it, all right? I said it. Not a fan. And, yeah, I look forward to these race weekends even more than I did before. Will Seb return with Audi in 2026? No, Harsh. I think he's done. I think that's it. He knows when to call it quits. He's going out on a high. He's got 3 young girls. He wants to spend more time with his family. And I think eventually he'll go into, hopefully, as we just said, a role in F1 in some capacity. because he's got some great ideas, and I think he'd be valuable in the higher ups, and he'd help improve the sport. Chat's working today, French. Yeah, no issue with chat. It's a little bit delayed. I think there's still Streamlabs having issues. I need to wait for another update from Streamlabs, but it's just a bit delayed. I think it might be because YouTube's going a bit too quick. I don't know, but it will update itself at some point. But yeah, not long to go, guys. We've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So we'll see. We will see the tyre blankets come off soon and find out what those front guys are starting on tyre-wise. Are they starting on the softs? Are they starting on the mediums? I think they've got to start on the softs. I don't think anyone, from what Russell just said about, we've all got to run the medium at some point, I don't think they're going to run I don't think they're going to start on the mediums. They want a good launch off the line, and then we'll go from there. No, my first stream was actually Hungaroring. It was Hungary. So I did Hungary. That was really good. Went really well. And then we had the 4-week break. So I was gutted. I was like, damn it. That stream went really well. Got so many more viewers than I thought I ever would. And then, yeah, we had a 4-week break. And I was like, oh, damn it. No worries, Sahar. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Dude, it's going to be a 2-stop today, Llama. Definitely a 2-stop. This track is generally hard on the tyres anyway, just because of the nature of the corners. And the track temperature, while it's dropped a couple of degrees now, it is 50 degrees. That's hot. That's very hot. So these soft tyres, as we said, let's just have a quick look before the race is about to start. We'll have a look again. Pirelli are saying that the soft tyre is going to run from 18 to 25 laps. We saw it run for the whole of the sprint race yesterday, which was 24, but it did start to drop off towards the end, and that was in much cooler conditions. So the medium tyre, while people were saying, it's not a good tyre, well, it wasn't yesterday because the track conditions, temperatures didn't warrant it being used. Today, with it being much hotter, that is going to be a considerably much better tyre. I don't think we're going to see anyone use the one stop just because of how this track is a lot easier to overtake on. So yeah, keep an eye out on around, I would say probably around lap 15 to 20 is when we're going to see pit stops. May even be sooner. I don't know. I don't know what the average pit loss time is here as well, guys. What is the average pit loss time? I don't think it's too long at Interlagos. So that's what we need to keep an eye out for gaps as well. Hey, Richard. Welcome, buddy. Thank you, mate. Is Hulkenberg set for Haas? That's the rumours. Apparently, Haas was set to announce this week, but then they postponed it. So I don't know what that means. And here we go, guys. We have got the tyre strats. Oh, so the top 4 are starting on the soft tyres as I expected. Leclerc and Sainz on the mediums. So they're going on for an alternative strategy. Interesting. Magnussen also on the mediums. We've got Vettel, Gasly, Ricciardo on the softs. Ricciardo is one of the only other drivers, one of 4 drivers on this grid who has a extra fresh set of softs available to him. Mick Schumacher on the mediums, so both Haas's on the medium tyre. And then you've got both the Alphas on the softs, Stroll on the mediums. Alex Albon, guys, on the hard tyre. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Alex Albon on the hard tyre. He is going to be the benchmark for a lot of guys. A lot of strategy teams are going to be keeping an eye on Alex Albon in regards to his lap times and seeing how he does on that hard tyre relative to guys on the mediums. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that as well, guys. Keep an eye out for that. But interesting. So, both Mercedes going with the soft tyres. How they'll split their strategies, I don't know. At the moment, they've got track position. They think they've got a quicker car than the Red Bull. So, we will see. We are now only 2 minutes away from the formation lap. Not long to go, guys. Not long to go. If you can hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Much appreciated. If we can get it to over 100 likes this stream, it helps push it. And, yeah, helps push us to the top, above the other watch-alongs. You know, our competitors. So I'm going to end the poll. And the poll, you guys. So our poll suggests 79 votes. 51% of you think Hamilton are going to win. Okay. And Max 26%, Russell 17%, and Perez 3%. A lot of people have not taken into account Perez. I don't think he's one to be taken out of account. I think we're going to see a Bolshy Perez today. He isn't going to care that Max is his teammate. He wants to get some wins. All the titles are wrapped up. He wants to get second place in the Drivers' Championship. If Perez gets an opportunity to overtake Max, he's going to take it, guys. He's going to take it. Russell to win if Hamilton doesn't punt him off. Well, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they're going to approach this race. I'm intrigued to see how the Mercedes are going to approach this race because they both want to win, but the team also wants to bag that win. So I don't know. I feel like Hamilton wants to win because it's in Brazil, but I feel like Hamilton is very much the team player this time around and just wants Mercedes to get a win. So here we go. Formation lap, guys. My race prediction. So I am going to say, I love George, but I think Lewis, Max, George. That's my prediction, guys. That's not a 100% prediction whatsoever. I am not sure on that. I still think Max is the best. It's more hope than anything that a Mercedes wins today. I still think Max is the man to beat and his favourite. But we'll see. Time will tell. We have not got long to wait, guys. Pardon me. We have not got long to wait. Will Ferrari put hards on both cars? I don't think so. No, they're probably going for the alternative strategy, which is medium, soft, maybe. I don't know. I still think this race is definitely a two-stopper, especially with the track temps that we've got today. This is a two-stopper. If it was a lot cooler, then they'd be able to manage their tyres a lot better. Tyre deg wouldn't be as bad, and they'd probably be able to do a one-stop. But it's just too hot. So, right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Not long to go. As we said before, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Much appreciated. Here we go. Not long. I am really intrigued by this race. I did not think before this weekend that I would be seeing Russell and Hamilton starting on pole from the Red Bulls. So we will see. How aggressive is Max going to be? How aggressive is Perez going to be? Especially Leclerc as well. Are the Ferraris going to get a good launch off the line? So many stories here. And Alex Albon at the bottom in P19. So Tsunoda has taken, yes, he has taken setup changes. So he broke part Ferme, which is why he's starting from the pit lane. But here we go. Not long, guys. Not long. Woo! Here we go. Alex Albon bringing up the rear in the Williams. The weekend attendance, 236,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, here we go, guys. Alex Albon coming up the back of the grid. They've been sitting there for quite a while. How cool are their tyres? Is it going to play into effect? And Alex Albon is there. So we have red lights. And we are away, and lights out. Away we go. George Russell has got a good launch and he's into the first corner ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton seems to have held position as well from Max Verstappen. Norris has launched Leclerc on those soft tyres into P5. The medium tyres not getting a good launch off the line. Bottas and Tsunoda launching past Stroll as well. And Russell's got a great start there as Tsunoda comes out of the pits to join the back. But good start from Russell and Hamilton there. Russell already got 7 tenths over Hamilton. And Hamilton is already 7 tenths ahead of Verstappen as well. Good launches from the Mercedes. Couldn't have asked for a better start, guys, from them. Everyone holding station as they go around the twisty middle section for the first time. Full tank of fuel. Really can put a lot of load through those tyres. And we have a yellow flag. Has someone spun? Ricardo and Magnussen have had contact. They've spun. Oh no, Ricardo and Magnussen fall into the back of the grid. And there's a safety car. A safety car on the first lap. Ricciardo and Magnussen have made contact. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm waiting for the TV to catch up. But Russell got an absolute brilliant start off the line. Hamilton got a pretty decent start as well. But I'm waiting for everything to catch up. So what happened with Magnussen and Ricciardo? Did someone has definitely tried to poke a nose and send it up the inside there, or maybe Magnussen spun and Ricciardo's T-boned him? Very easy to do. Here we go. They're going through turn 6 as I'm watching it on TV, just waiting for it to catch up. And it's a real shame for Magnussen and for Ricciardo. Oh no, Danny Rick. Oh no. So, Danny Rick poked into the back of Kevin Magnussen, spun Magnussen. You think Danny Rick's going to go through and get away with it, but Magnussen spins and actually rolls into Ricciardo, who is now into the barriers. Both of them are out of the race. Bit of karma, really, because it's Danny Ricciardo's mistake. It would have been very fortunate if Danny Ricciardo got through that, but that wasn't Kevin Magnussen's fault. It was Danny Ricciardo. Danny Ricciardo's fault, man. So, yeah, Kevin Magnussen doesn't hold the brakes. He allows the car to roll back because he wants to get out of the racing line and out of the way of the pack. And he just rolls back into the avoiding Daniel Ricciardo, who's just caused that incident. So, an interesting first lap, guys. An interesting first lap, but easy done around that tight, twisty section, guys. But, yeah, you guys saying that Mick Schumacher up into P10. So let's have a quick look. Who are the winners and losers there? So Russell and Hamilton got a great start. Verstappen and Perez holding position. Norris launched Leclerc on the soft tyres, so a much better launch from him to be expected. So 2 Ferraris in 6th and 7th. Vettel up a position into 8th due to Magnussen losing a spot there. Gasly up in 9th. Mick Schumacher up in 10th. I mean, this could be a great opportunity for Mick Schumacher now. If they haven't quite secured, if his position is still up for grabs in that team, then today is a great opportunity for him to try and prove that. We've got Bottas has made a great launch up into P11, but didn't Bottas start 15th or 16th? He's up like 4 or 5 positions. Stroll 12th, Zhou 13th, Ocon and Alonso are 14th and 15th, Latifi, Albon and Tsunoda. So, didn't I tell you guys, Interlagos, it throws up the drama. Throws up the drama. But yeah, great for Tsunoda because he is now on the back of the pack on medium tyres, made those setup changes. Who knows, maybe he's got some confidence and he'll move through as well. But we're just rewatching the start and it was literally the perfect launch from both Mercedes. George Russell got the best start of anyone. Max Verstappen actually bogged down a little bit. Lando Norris nearly locked up and nearly ran into the side of Perez up the inside of turn 1. But the Red Bulls both got quite slow starts off the line compared to the Mercedes. But George aced the start and looks like, I tell you what, he's a man in confidence, man to beat today on just by going by that. If Ricciardo DNF Magnussen, I will cry. He has, I think. Magnussen's out. Magnussen is out because it wasn't the first contact, it was the second contact that I think has broken Magnussen's rear suspension and then sent Ricciardo into the barriers. So, yeah, unfortunately, they're both out of the race. So, a shame for Magnussen, who has had such a great weekend. Once again, getting caught up in the getting caught up on the first couple of laps. Not his fault. Not his fault. It was Danny Ricciardo's fault, 100%. Wasn't Magnussen's fault. He got tagged from behind. Just unfortunate that he's been taken out. A shame. No, safety car isn't in this lap. They're clearly not removed the cars yet. Maybe a couple more laps. I think it's Danny Ricciardo. They've currently got the vehicle on track, but the cars are going slow enough round the track, and the safety car's taking them through. So no more issues like we had in Suzuka, where, who was it? Gasly nearly hit that recovery vehicle. Verstappen is trying to back up the pack. No, they're just trying to keep their tyres warm. That's what they're trying to do. So, stuffy cry of you. I know. I really want Magnussen to do well this weekend. Just bad luck. no other way for it. He turned into the corner and Danny Ricciardo misjudged it. So, but yeah, safety car laps do count here. So this will help people on the softs that little bit much longer in regards to taking their tyres longer. So if Max Verstappen is potentially doing a soft, medium, soft stop, or wants to use both those set of softs today, then this is favouring him at the moment. You was looking for Magnussen and then you saw DNF. Yeah, it's just, I mean, Magnussen did the right thing because he didn't stay on the brakes because he was in the middle. He was spinning in the middle of the track. So he's moving. He's allowed the car to roll because he knows he's moving out of the way. But it's just, it's a shame. Danny Ricciardo's back in the pits already. Safety car not in this lap because obviously they're right up behind it. So at least another lap, guys, before the safety car comes in. Drivers and softs, yes, 100%. It's going to make them go much longer with them being on the soft tyres. Track temperature, just waiting for it to come round to see what it is at the moment. Is it still around 50 degrees? Yes, dropped a bit, 48 degrees. That's also going to help the soft runners with the track temperature dropping, but that's still very, very hot, especially compared to yesterday. Leclerc saying he's had some issues with the engine out of turn 3. But yeah, this is... Oh, Albon's into the pits. So Albon's into the pits. They're taking him off of that hard tyre, probably putting him onto the mediums. Don't know what they thought with that hard tyre. Clearly changing up the strategy now with this safety car. So yeah, Albon into the pit. See what tyre he comes out on. Is he going to come out on the softs or the mediums? I reckon he's going to come out onto the mediums, on the softs. I reckon he's going to come out on the softs, on the restart, try and get a launch. No, he's on the mediums. Okay. Okay. Well, that's benefited him there because he's got 4 extra laps newer mediums compared to everyone in front of him. Maybe Williams have done a little bit of a masterstroke there. Medium tyres for Ferrari, what are they doing? Are they crazy? Well, they're going for an alternative strategy, clearly. The soft tyre didn't last as long yesterday for them in that sprint race. You've got to remember that tyre wear is going to be higher in the earlier parts of the race due to the higher fuel load that they've got. So the soft tyre would probably, and realistically, they probably know, do you know what? We maybe don't have an opportunity to get the win today. Our best way of finishing points and trying to beat Mercedes is do an alternative strategy. We think they're going to start on the softs. Let's go on the mediums and try and do the opposite. Be on the quicker tyre at the end of the race where there's less degradation than at the start of the race. But another lap we've got here, guys, of the safety car. So this will be 5 laps with the safety car. Nothing yet in regards to safety car coming in this lap. Keep an eye out on the... keep an eye out at the bottom of myself here. This will tell you when the safety car is coming in. But yeah, at the moment, another lap. Does my keyboard not have a W? Yeah, why? What have I done? Or has someone else put a W? Don't get too cocky now, Stuffy. What's that? Did I watch the inside story of Vettel winning his 3rd title in Interlagos? I didn't know. So hang on, we're just watching Lando Norris back with his start. Great launch on the softs compared to the Ferrari on the mediums. He tried to slide it up the inside of Perez. Had to fully go over the curb at T1. And yeah, great launch there. Great camera angle on TV now. He locked up. That could have been that could have been a nightmare into T1. Online racing, that could have been. What will we see? But no news of... Oh, here we go. Right, safety cars coming in. George Russell is backing up the pack, guys. We're about to go racing once again. Here we go. So, remember, it is full throttle all the way from T12 down to the TT1. But George Russell is timing this. He's waiting. He doesn't want to give everyone an unnecessary tow. So he is going to go probably around turn 14. He can wait until the safety car line. I don't quite know when the safety car line is, but I probably expect him to go around the DRS start line, backing everyone up. We'll see if anyone... Can he get a good look? Is anyone going to nip a launch on someone? They're still bunched up. Still bunched up. And there we go. Full speed. Away they go. George waited till the very last minute to get the race started again. Try and not get everyone an unnecessary tow. So Verstappen has got past Hamilton into T1, guys. And Russell, oh, they're going side by side and Verstappen's dropped back. Verstappen and Hamilton, oh no, they've had contact. Verstappen and Hamilton are dropping back down the field. They've had contact. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Have they picked up punctures? There is definite contact between Verstappen and Hamilton as they're falling back down the grid. Hamilton is they're both falling back. I reckon they've got punctures. But Perez is now into P2. Leclerc jumping Norris into P3. And there's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. Leclerc, who was P3, has now spun it and is at the back of the pack. What is happening? What is happening? Leclerc has got moving again, so it was clearly just a spin. No safety car required. But I'm just watching it back on TV. Russell is pulling away from Perez. So we're watching the TV coverage and Verstappen goes round the outside of Hamilton. And they made contact. They made contact and... yeah, Verstappen's got a broken front wing. And so has Lewis Hamilton. They've both got broken front wings. So expect them to come into the pit lane. Or, no, maybe not. They're continuing on. No, Verstappen is definitely coming into the pit. So Hamilton is continuing on. There was definite bodywork flying off of the Mercedes, but I don't know if that was a front wing or if that was body or if that was floor damage. But, oh, Charles Leclerc. Oh, so Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris touched as they went round turn 6. And Leclerc goes into the wall. Has to replace his front wing as he's in the pit lane at the moment. But my God, guys, what a start to this race this is. What a start. I love Interlagos. Oh. But Perez is now the man to beat Russell. This is now a race between Russell and Perez unless Hamilton is able to get back further up the grid and get ahead of Lando Norris to come into play here. But yeah, Max had front wing damage. I want to see that back again. But that did look like that it was just a racing incident. No untowards there. They both left. They kind of both left each other room. I think Max maybe understeered a little bit into Hamilton as they went out of the S's. But we know Verstappen's got the pace, but it's now all for Max to do. But George Russell now 1.5 seconds ahead of Perez. Only one more lap, I believe it is, until DRS is activated. But Norris now under attack from Carlos Sainz. Is Carlos Sainz ahead of Norris? He is on those medium tyres. So Carlos Sainz today could come into this race on the medium tyres, not too far behind the front two. This is interesting, guys. So, it's all been thrown up. It's all been thrown up in the air. Everything that we predicted has just been turned on its head in the first couple of laps. Absolutely amazing. So Hamilton is now on a charge. He's in P7. Trying to get past Lando Norris. Sorry, not past Lando Norris. Past Pierre Gasly, who is in P6. Vettel, by the way, guys, in all of this furore, Vettel is up into P5. Go on, the boy. Go on, Vettel. Go on. So, not showing a replay yet of the Verstappen-Hamilton. They're not showing the Verstappen incident yet with Hamilton. I want to see it. But I expect Hamilton probably to make his way through the pack pretty quickly. I wonder if he's got any damage at all. But he's already on the back. So here we go. We're watching it back on TV now. So Verstappen dives round the outside of Hamilton into T1. Just watching it. It's a bit tight. The thing is that the new racing rules say that once you're ahead, the inside car doesn't really warrant any room, whether you agree with that or not. And Max was on the outside and wasn't far enough ahead. You could argue that Lewis should have left Max more room. from the first look. Need to see it again to see the exact angles. But yeah, so Hamilton is past Gasly now after that, and Russell is maintaining that gap 1.7 seconds ahead of Perez on those soft tyres. Looking ominous on those soft tyres like he did yesterday. But Hamilton is already onto the back of Vettel. Seems like that Hamilton hasn't really suffered any damage from that incident. All that debris that we saw fly up off of the incident was from Max's front wing. But yeah, I would like to see that incident again to see if Hamilton should have left him more room or if it was Max a bit too tight. Don't know. Seeing it once is difficult to, and the other TV camera angle that they showed was a bit dodgy. So we'll see, guys. But yeah, Vettel is he going to be under attack from Hamilton here? I think Hamilton's just a little bit too far back. He's going to have to wait another lap until he gets him round out of turn 12 into T1. But look how far back Verstappen is, 18 seconds behind the two Williams at the moment. It's Albon, Tsunoda and Latifi, all aboard the Latifi train at the back of the grid there. But Mick Schumacher doing a great job, guys. Yeah, as you are mentioning, in P8 at the moment. Brilliant from him. Oh, hang on. So yeah, Lewis has said, is my floor missing? And Mercedes is saying, actually, it looks pretty good. Pace looks good. Doesn't seem like you've been affected. So yeah, considering the way he's charging through this mid-pack at the moment, Hamilton is doing pretty well. Don't rule him out at Interlagos, as always, guys. But Hamilton, here we go. He is now going to have DRS open to get past Vettel. He is currently 4 tenths behind. 3 tenths behind. Is he going to send it on Vettel? No, he hasn't got quite enough to get past that Aston Martin. Vettel, I think, at the moment, is within Vettel. What's helping Vettel at the moment is he's got DRS from Lando Norris. So that's just helping him stay in front of that Mercedes a touch longer. Lando Norris in P4, 1.8 seconds behind Sainz. And Perez has closed the gap a touch to 1.5 seconds behind Russell. So this is really where the fight is today. Sainz will drop further back because he's on the harder medium tyre. So, yeah, Sainz, while he'll drop back, keep an eye out for him because there's going to be alternative strategy here. So, we had, 5 laps of the safety car? So really, it's around lap 20 to 25 is where we'll probably expect to see guys start pitting from the soft tyre, as per Pirelli's predictions. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that, guys. Probably got about another 8 laps left until we start seeing soft tyres start to pit. Leclerc spun under pressure again. Well, no, he didn't. Leclerc didn't spin. That was due to contact from Lando Norris. Lando Norris was trying to make a move on the inside, understeered slightly due to the nature of the corner and caught the rear tyre of Leclerc. A racing incident, but more blame on Lando than it was Leclerc, and Leclerc spun. So it wasn't Leclerc's fault, it was more on Lando. But Tsunoda has got past has got past Latifi, and so has Alex Albon. Ocon making a move on Stroll. So Hamilton is a lot closer now. He's 2 tenths behind Vettel. Is he going to make a move? No, because Lando Norris is right in front of Vettel, just giving him that toe, giving him the slip, giving him the DRS, and just making it difficult for Hamilton to get past. If Norris wasn't in the way here, Hamilton would already have cleared Sebastian Vettel. Latifi's time to prove his defensive skills. Well, he didn't prove them very much, did he? Because look at where he is. And Alex Albon is making headway, guys. He's got ahead of Tsunoda. Can he get all aboard the Gasly train? Because Mick Schumacher is closing up the gap, guys, on Pierre Gasly. He's now within the DRS zone. Ooh, so Sebastian Vettel is now a little bit further back from Norris, and Hamilton is all over the back of him, 3 tenths. So this is Hamilton's chance now. This is as close as he's ever been to Vettel down this main straight. Has he got enough in the tank to get past him with DRS? Vettel's got it as well. 2 tenths, 1 tenth. He's got to make a move, surely, here. And he has. Hamilton is up into P5, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see Hamilton overtake Norris pretty quickly as well. Oh, a 5-second penalty for Max. Okay, so they believe Max was at fault there. It did look like that he was up on the curb on the exit of the S's. So he went round the outside. Whether you agree with it or not, as I said, the new racing rules state that if you are ahead, no matter how far you're ahead, you are entitled to shut them off. I don't agree with that. I think you should always leave racing room. But technically, those are the rules. And yeah, it was apparently it's Lewis's corner, and Max was at fault there. I need to see it back again to make a definitive decision. But yeah, that's how they see it, because Hamilton was ahead. Whether you agree with that or not, I don't know. But I will say, it's made this race interesting. Let's not lie, guys. I know if you're Max Verstappen fans, it's made this race interesting. So, but Perez is staying consistently within that 1.5 seconds to. Wow, Hamilton's up into P4 already. I'll tell you what, Hamilton's on a man on a mission. Don't. Hang on. Verstappen's response. Verstappen saying he closed the door on him. Yeah, we'll have to see it back. But not a good day at the office for him. But Alonso is pitting in lap 14 on those medium tyres. So that's interesting. Trying probably to get some free air. He's out on another set of mediums. So, okay. So only 14 laps on those mediums for Alonso. Interesting decision there. I reckon that's to get him some free air and put in some laps and do the undercut. That is definitely an undercut decision there from Alpine with Alonso, because that mid-pack is very tightly bunched if you look. So if you waited any longer, he could have ended up, like, obviously he's got Leclerc behind him, but he could have ended up coming out, not into some free air and being stuck. So Hamilton now is in P4, charging down Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz 4 seconds behind Perez now. Perez staying consistently around 1.6 seconds to Russell. Vettel chasing down Norris in that DRS zone. I'm not wondering if Norris has got issues after that contact with Charles Leclerc. Mick Schumacher doing really well on. He is literally in a sandwich there on the medium tyre. He has got soft runners all around him. So hang on, we're watching it back. Max Verstappen's incident with Hamilton. So, in my opinion, Max Verstappen's incident. So, in my opinion, with Max Verstappen and Hamilton's incident, I think Hamilton should have left him more room. He was slightly ahead, and it's, as I said, the new regulations for overtaking state that if you are ahead going into a corner, you're essentially allowed to crowd him off. I think Hamilton really should have given him a little bit more room there, but the new regulations of racing state that that's Hamilton's corner. So yeah, that's why Verstappen has been given a 5-second penalty there, because he's the one who's made the contact. So, yeah, interesting one. I'm sure it'll be a big talking point after the race, and maybe the regulations will be spoken about again. But it's an interesting race because Vettel is now up into P5, guys. Good man. And Bottas has got past Mick Schumacher. So Bottas making moves on those soft tyres up into P8. Brilliant from him. Zhou is now the first of the soft runners to come in and pit. So lap 16. So technically around 10 laps he's done on those soft tyres. Technically 10 racing laps anyway. So Zhou clearly wanting to come out in clear air as well. So he's coming out behind the Ferrari. So this is what these guys are doing now. The early pitters, they're trying to go for the undercut. So Russell is currently 2 seconds now ahead of Perez, slightly opening that gap. Sainz dropping further behind. Perez doing 1:16.8 compared to Russell doing 1:16.2 and 1:16.5 for Perez. And then Hamilton is doing 1:16.3. So Hamilton, the Mercedes are the quickest cars on track at the moment. Hamilton is really trying to chase down Sainz and expect him. And Sainz is already into the pits. Sainz into the pits on those medium tyres. Is that an indication of... Oh, I don't know what an indication of that is, to be honest. Is he just going through those tyres? That is an interesting decision, guys. That is an interesting decision. What is he going to go on to? Is he going to come out on another set of mediums? Or is he going to come out on a set of softs? They've only got one set of softs, remember, Carlos, the Ferraris. So it's got to be... Is he going medium? So he's going medium to softs. Okay, so a definite two-stop strategy here from the Ferraris. Medium, soft to medium is what they're probably most likely going to do. They've brought him out behind of Albon. So they clearly saw a gap. Maybe they thought they could get him in front of Albon. He'll clear him pretty quickly. But interesting that they've only brought him in. That they've brought him in after like 17 laps, and yet the soft runners are still going ahead. Maybe they think they can make up the pace on that gap. Maybe they think the drop-off of... I don't think it's necessarily a clown move. I think they think that the soft tyres are going to drop off quite dramatically. And the difference that he can make on a fresh set of softs, by the time they come in and pit, I think that's what they're thinking there. But Hamilton's now got clear air, doing a 16.3, lapping the same lap time as Russell. Perez dropping, did a 16.4 there. So this is definitely a three-horse race for the win today. Who knows? There could be another safety car that bunches up the field. Interlagos, it's thrown up some real surprises so far and has done in the past. So Gasly, Bottas is really on a move, guys. He is right behind Gasly and could be up into P6 after this lap. Ooh, Vettel P4 though. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to see, guys. Absolutely brilliant. So, Zhou is on the medium tyre at the back of the pack. So, we are approaching around lap 20 is when I thought we'd start seeing the soft tyres. Tear off stuck in the brake duct for Carlos Sainz's right rear tyre, which is why it was... while it was smoking. Is there any chance of rain? I don't think so. I think it's very low, 10 to 20%. So, Perez dropping back there, doing a 16.6. So he is consistently 3 tenths slower than both of the Mercedes at the moment. Vettel is doing pretty well, 17.5. Bottas, 17.3. He is, and Ocon's making moves as well, 17.3. Gasly is now into the pits. Into the pits for Gasly. So lap 19 on the soft runners. So we're starting to see some guys hoping to come out, do a slight undercut, or come out into some free air. Because as you can see, the field is pretty spread out, especially in the mid-pack. So Hamilton and the front three pretty much have a clear pit stop window. Hamilton, he's got 6 seconds behind. So... oh, yeah, Hamilton's probably the one who hasn't really got a free pit stop at the moment. I think George, even if he was to pit as well, would come out in traffic. So this is clearly what Ferrari were hoping on, is that Sainz can hopefully catch up to the pack. They maybe start to pit, or he can overtake them on fresher tyres. And then that puts him in George Russell's pit window, maybe. And Perez's. We'll see. Alonso, why did Alonso stop? To do a big undercut. He came out in fresh air, and they wanted him to get some good laps in on some fresh tyres. The guys in front of him at the moment, I mean, he's only got... So George Russell just came on the radio and said, tyres are good, let's go long, let's go long. I mean, he's doing a 16.4 that time around. Hamilton did a 16.3. They are clearly the two fastest men on track at the moment. Even Sainz on a fresher set of softs is not as quick as them. Although Sainz is being caught up by traffic at the moment. So they've got that benefit of him being on fresh tyres and not having free air. So Tsunoda's now in the pits and Latifi as well. We're starting to see some pit stops. But not really any of the top... none of the top 7 have pitted yet. None of them have pitted. He's just doing a Russia 2021. It's Merc. What else could happen? Well, Hamilton is now 6.6 seconds behind Perez. He's definitely closed up that gap. Perez just did a 16.9. Russell did a 16.7. So the softs are starting to drop off a bit. Can't do those low 116s anymore. Hamilton is 16.9 as well. So yes, the soft tyres starting to reach the end of their life. But they're still quicker than everyone else out on track. So they've got that to them. And really, today's fight is between Perez. So today's fight is now with Perez. Verstappen's too far behind. Even with a safety car, Verstappen's got a lot of places to make up, and he's got a 5-second penalty as well. But let's keep an eye on the lap times next time around and see if they now drop into the 117s. And then that definitely shows that the softs are dropping off quite considerably. This is when we expected them to pit around lap 20 to lap 25 on those softs. But Leclerc is in the pit again on... Leclerc is in the pit again. Only 14 laps on the medium tyres. Wow. Out. What's Leclerc coming out on? Onto a set of softs? He is. Leclerc coming out onto a set of softs. So George Russell did a 1:16.6 that time around. So that was better that time. That was much better. And Hamilton does a 1:16.6 as well. So, okay. So the Mercs still have a bit in the tank. Perez drops into the 117s. So the Red Bull definitely not lasting as long on those soft tyres as the Mercedes are at the moment. Hamilton just over 6 seconds behind Perez. Vettel, great from Vettel, pulling away from Norris as well. And Bottas is closing up on Norris. He's 1.4 seconds behind Norris. It's all the OGs, guys. Other than Russell, it's the OGs doing really well today at Interlagos. Experience, guys, experience. What would be a repercussion if Max barreled into Hamilton to take him out? He would be banned for a serious long time. Very, very long time. It's either or, Llama. So if Max was to take these medium tyres to the end of the race, which he definitely will not, it would be a 5-second penalty added at the end. But because he will make another pit stop, it'll be a 5-second stop go before they can make the pit stop. So Russell, once again, doing a 16.7. So, yeah, those soft tyres are lasting. And Perez is in the pits. He can't make those soft tyres go any longer. Hamilton also does a 16.8. So the Mercedes are much better on those tyres. It wasn't a fluke yesterday. It wasn't a fluke yesterday. I did not think I would be saying at the end of this year that the Mercedes are better on tyres than the Red Bull. So Perez is coming out on a set of mediums. So Perez is most likely doing a soft medium strategy. He doesn't have another extra set of softs available to him. And Perez is coming out in traffic. And Carlos Sainz... Oh, no, Bottas. Sorry, it's Bottas, not Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz has closed the gap, though, up to Perez on those softs. And Perez and Bottas are going side by side. Is Perez on those fresher tyres going to make a move on Bottas as he goes around turn 6? It's a risky move around there. No, he has to hold station. But Bottas will probably pit very soon. And Bottas is already into the DRS of Lando Norris. Wow. But look at that bunch up behind Norris now. I think Norris is definitely struggling with that contact. He's got something. And Verstappen has come into the pits as well and is out on softs. And Russell is pitted. So 23 laps they've taken it. Is Hamilton going to do one more lap or they're going to double stack? Hamilton is doing one more lap most likely before he comes in and pits. A 16.5 last time around. Hamilton, it's hammer time. He is putting in a fast in lap. What is Russell going to come out on? Got to be medium tyres now. It's a soft medium strategy, surely. But take a picture, guys. Sebastian Vettel is in P3. P3. And he might even be into P2. He might even be in P2. They're side by side. No, Vettel lifted out of the throttle and gave the place to Russell. So, yes, Vettel in P3 at the moment. On the medium tyre, we've got Norris, Bottas, Ocon and Mick Schumacher in the pits. And Alonso has done the undercut on them at the moment. Oh, just watching the... Perez and Bottas did go side by side. Perez got in front of him. So, Bottas has come out behind Zhou on the medium tyre. We've got some alternative strategies here, guys. So, Alonso, of course, has gone a lot longer on 10-lap mediums at the moment. Stroll is still out there as well on 24-lap mediums. Is Hamilton going to come into the pits on those soft tyres? Here he goes as he comes round the last corner. No, Hamilton's still going. Hamilton is still going. A 16.9 that time around, though, so not as quick. Definitely falling off. Surely he's got to come into the pits. Hamilton, a podium with Hamilton, Vettel, and Norris. Yeah. Is Max 5-second pit stop done? So not have to worry about a penalty after the race. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why he's now come out behind Leclerc, Verstappen. But he's on a fresh set of softs. He has 2 fresh sets available to him. This means Perez will be second in the championship. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, so they took that 5-second pit stop penalty. Stop go. So Albon's now in the pits as well. Everyone making their pits. But as you can see, lots of people want alternative strategies here. Hamilton's still out there. Hamilton's surely got to come into the pits now. Russell is closing the gap. But the problem is that Hamilton might now lose positions to Sainz. And he's probably going to lose a position to Sainz. And have to overtake Sainz. But he will be on... They're on alternative. Remember, Ferrari started on the mediums. Then gone to softs. Hamilton started on the softs. And Hamilton is still going. Hamilton's taken these softs longer. Interesting. Interesting. They're not running the same strategies then. They're mixing this up. Hamilton's mixing this up a bit. Maybe it's not as quite in sync as they thought at Mercedes. But you can see there, on a fresh set of mediums, Russell was over nearly a second quicker than Hamilton. So Vettel's now in the pits. 26 laps, he took those tyres. Just looking at that replay again of Lewis and Max Verstappen. So Vettel, what has Vettel come out on? He's coming out in that pack. Is he going to get ahead of Gasly? I think Gasly's going to get the run here, and so is Bottas, but he's going to come out ahead of Zhou. He will be on much fresher tyres, Vettel, and he has come out on mediums. So this is going to be interesting. Vettel and Bottas. But you can see Bottas doing a 15.7 on the medium tyres compared to Russell, who did a 15.9. Bottas is the fastest man out on track at the moment, guys, in that Alfa Romeo. Whoa. Merc is giving Hammy the win. They're not going to give him a win. No, it'll be down to strategy. Remember, they've got different sides of the garage. So they know really the race is between... Well, Hamilton's trying to make up the time lost. So he's trying to go long and do a slightly different strategy compared to Russell and Perez, who are on the ideal strategy. But Sainz is in this race at the moment. He's caught up to Perez. How long is he going to go on those tyres? That's the question. He hasn't got another set. He hasn't got another set of softs available to him. He's only got used set, so he'll probably go on to a new set of mediums. But you can see there, George Russell did a 1.16.0. So is George Russell just managing this? Is he not pushing those tyres too hard? Because Bottas did a 16.4 this time around. Norris on fresh set of mediums did a 16.5. So yeah, Russell, that 16.0 indicates to me that there's a little bit of tyre saving going on here, trying to not take too much tyre life out of these mediums at this stage of the race. As a Max supporter, I just want an interesting race. Exactly, Yuvraj. Exactly. I mean, look, if Max wins, Max wins. I just want it to be interesting. I just want there to be a fight for it, and for there to be wheel-to-wheel racing, to be dramatic in a decent way. And that's what we're getting today. That's what we're getting. And it was the same at Kota. Mexico was a bit boring, but Kota, he won it fair and square, and it was an interesting race. And that's what we want as F1 fans overall. Come on, all the teams favour one driver over another. They do. But Bottas up to P7. Come on, Vettel, you can get past Gasly. Come on, he's all over the back of him. 3 temps, 2 temps now. He's got this. DRS will be open, and he will easily breeze past Gasly, who hasn't got DRS from Bottas in front. Go on, the boy. Go on. Get him into turn 1. Has he got it? He has. Good job, Vettel. Good job. Lewis Hamilton just saying it's getting quite dark out here, guys. Is there rain coming? And Mercedes just went, we're just checking. Ooh, is there any rain coming? Is there any rain coming? That'll throw a spanner in the works this race. Why not, eh? It's been interesting enough. Whom should you vote for driver of the day? You should wait, because we're not even halfway through this race yet, Harsh. So there is a long way to go. And Hamilton is now into the pits. 28 laps. He has taken those soft tyres. Around 25 racing laps. Much longer than anyone else out on that track at the moment. So where is he going to come out? Hamilton is going to come out behind Sainz, that is for sure. Sainz has brought himself back into this race with that undercut, but he's already on 12-lap-old soft tyres. So Hamilton is coming out. How many seconds behind George Russell? So Hamilton is coming out. Doesn't say. Just says he's out. Okay, so no interval yet, but Stroll's now into the pits as well. As he pits, that moves Bottas back up. Alonso's moved his way all the way up into P5 as it stands. And Zhou is all over the back of Norris. Norris definitely has an issue with that car. He's not 100% fit here this weekend either after having food poisoning. So it wouldn't surprise me if Lando drops further down the grid, we see them retire the car, because if there's no possibility for points whatsoever, they'll probably retire the car for his safety. But at the moment, he's still in the points, and every point matters, especially when you're fighting the Alpines and it's that close in the championship. So let's have a little rundown, guys. Everyone's now made their pit stops. So Russell is in P1 on a set of medium tyres. He is 4.5 seconds ahead of Perez. Looking very comfortable. Sainz is on 13 lap softs in P3. 3 seconds behind Perez. Hamilton is 7 seconds behind in P4, and he just made a stop. Alonso in 5th. Bottas doing a great job in 6th, and so is Vettel in 7th. They'll move up eventually once Alonso pits. Ocon in P8, a good recovery from him. Gasly in P9. Norris dropping down the grid in P10. Zhou doing really well. Mick Schumacher just made a pit stop, so he's doing okay. Mick Schumacher's in a good position at the moment in P12 on a set of softs. Leclerc in 13th, fighting his way back after that contact and spin with Norris. Tsunoda 14th, Stroll 15th, Verstappen 16th, Albon 17th, and Latifi at the back of the grid. Where else would he be on a set of hard tyres? So, I mean, how far back is Latifi as well? He's 13 seconds behind his teammate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Need I say any more, guys? Need I say any more? Chance of rain, 60%. Is it? Well, that's just shot up. That has just shot up. That Hamilton will probably be wanting rain. I think Hamilton will be wanting rain, to be honest, because if he's got any opportunity to win this race, that's for him to do. But at the moment, this is George Russell in control. And Hamilton's just set a fastest lap time at 15.0. Okay. George doing the kind of lift and coast, looking after those tyres in at 1:16. Hamilton, that's what has benefited him going slightly longer on those soft tyres, a 1:15. Okay, guys. This race is not over. The Mercs will pit. Impossible to stay out on those mediums. No one's doing a one stop today. It is a 2-stop race. The strategy is a soft, medium. So there's definitely one more stop to go. Track temperature has dropped. It's now 43 degrees. So that will be better on the tyres than it was at the start of the race. Of course, as the fuel burns off as well, guys, there's less load being put through the tyres, which means the tyres do last that little bit longer. But that is a very quick lap time. Let's see if George Russell responds to that. He might have had a radio message. No, 1:16. So George Russell, for the last 8 laps, has been doing 15 nines, 16 deads. He's definitely in tyre saving mode. He knows he's managing these tyres, trying to take them a bit longer in this middle stint. And then the medium tyre at the end is where he can go a little bit harder if he wants to. He's got control of this race. 5.5 seconds ahead of Perez. But if they think rain might be coming in, then they'll be telling Russell to push, and then that's when we'll see his lap times come down. So Hamilton this time around did a 15.6. So he is taking a little bit more life out of his tyres. He can afford to go that little bit harder on those tyres compared to the others because he went a lot longer on those softs. Sainz win. I just don't think so. He's on an alternative strategy. I just don't see it, personally. If it's rain, Alonso to win, yeah. So Alonso at the moment is being chased down by Bottas. Bottas is definitely closing the gap. He's got 10 lap younger tyres. He looks a man on a mission today, Bottas. Could get a top 5 here. And Vettel's trying to follow him as well. He's being chased down by Ocon, who's having a great recovery, by the way, Ocon, up into P8. But yeah, George Russell just says, tyres feeling good. So he is managing those tyres. Look, 1:16.19 that last time. And Hamilton did a 1:15.6 again. So, Latifi, they've just brought... Why did they put the hard tyre on? Someone please answer me what Williams' thinking is. They put him on the hard tyre for 12 laps. Why? And he's now been lapped, Latifi. I mean, just whatever. Whatever. Sorry, I don't know why I mentioned Latifi, guys. It just annoys me. It annoys me. Imagine the Mercs get their first entry failure of the season right now. Oof. I hope not. Because it's still an interesting race we've got on our hands. We don't want Russell to win. That's fair enough. We all have favourites and who we want to win and stuff. I think it'd be great to see a Mercedes win. I think it'd be great to see a Russell win. I am actually meeting... The reason I want him to win as well, guys, I'm meeting him in a couple of weeks' time. I'm actually on his team for a sim racing event. So, I kind of want George Russell to win. Because I can say I'm on an F1 winners team in a few weeks' time. So, hey, Lemon, welcome, buddy. Good to see you, mate. Do I see Max having a chance of getting points today? Anything's possible with Max in that Red Bull. He's very quick, as we know. If there's a safety car, if there's rain... At this rate, we just got to the halfway point of this race, guys. And think how much has happened already, guys. Think how much is happening. So, we've still got another half. We've still got another 35 laps left. So, a lot can happen between now and then. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'll be... I don't know if I can stream it. There will be a live stream of the event itself by IWC Watches, who is the sponsor of the event. They're the watch sponsor of Mercedes. So I will be competing in that. They'll have their own official live Twitch stream. I will be making my own content of the event to post on YouTube anyway on the channel. So yeah, I'll be sure to post links. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me obviously on here if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll let you guys know plenty of time in advance of when everything's going down. Red Bull, let Russell win. Well, they're not letting him win. Russell is doing this all out of his own merit. Mercedes, I didn't think we would get to this weekend and Mercedes would be the faster car. It is quite power-driven, this circuit, because of how long the straights are. Like, from turn 12 all the way to turn 1 is flat out. From the exit of turn 2 to turn 4 is flat out as well. I really thought the top-end speed of the Red Bull would just outpace that Mercedes, which has generally been more draggier all season. Yet the amount of grip they've been able to find in the middle sector and how somehow have been able to be kinder on their tyres, whether that's due to them dialing their setup better than the Red Bull, I don't know, or the new changes they've brought, most likely, then Mercedes have just been able to look after those tyres better for the first time all season compared to the Red Bull. And that's why we're seeing Hamilton and Russell be as quick as they are. Hamilton, once again, consistently 5 tenths quicker, half a second quicker than the guys ahead. Anyone who doesn't... What's that? What's that, Dutchman? What's that? Not T1 is flat. Round to T1. Round to T1. Round from T12 to T1. And then from the exit of turn 2 to T4 is flat out. So Sainz is in the pits. He's taken those softs 18 laps. Let's see what he comes out on. I expect mediums. He must be doing a free-stop race. Surely he can't take a set of mediums nearly 35 laps. This is a free-stop race for Carlos Sainz. Surely. He's probably going to go medium and then go on to a U set of softs towards the end, I suspect. So let's see what he comes out on. It's got to be a set of mediums. Surely Sainz is on. Sainz comes out on a set of mediums, yes. So expect to see these probably go around 20. Maybe he might try and take these to the end. I don't think he'll be able to. I think he'll make a free stop, change onto a U set of softs, and try and be quick at the end. But Mick Schumacher is on the back of Zhou now, who is on 20 old lap mediums. He's a second quicker, so Mick Schumacher should hopefully get Zhou into T4 here. If he doesn't, he could maybe have the extra grip to get him into T6. It's a risky move, but might be one worth taking to clear him as quick as possible. He's not quite close enough, but Mick Schumacher, I suspect, will get Zhou as they go across the start-finish line. So Russell now 6 seconds ahead of Perez, a 1:15.999. He is managing those tyres very well. Hamilton, once again, a 15.6. He is doing consistent 1:15.6s, which is quicker than his teammate and half a second quicker than Perez. He'll be on the back of Perez very quickly. But yeah, Bottas P5, Vettel P5 now. Great job from those two. And from Ocon. I think Ocon really deserves some credit. He got some unnecessary flack online yesterday. He was not at fault for both of those incidents with Alonso yesterday. And Alonso, to me, was being a bit of a twat, if you ask me, especially with his comments after the race. And the fact Ocon has, on merit alone, up in 7th position after starting 17th. Did he start 17th? He's up 10 positions so far. Is brilliant. So a great drive from Ocon today. Leclerc P9, yes, but Leclerc is about to pit. Leclerc's going to pit in the next 2 laps. Sainz took it to 18 laps. Leclerc is on 16 lap softs. He might go a bit longer, but... Oh, okay, so George Russell now getting a move on. George Russell now going, right, 15.5. Fastest lap we've seen from him since he put those medium tyres on, and Hamilton a 15.3. Have they maybe been told there's rain incoming? Perez has been told plan B. Is there rain incoming? Is that why they're getting a move on? Let's see what their next lap time is. Sainz does a 1:14.7 on a fresh set of mediums. Quickest lap of the race. But I'll be interested to see what Russell's lap time is this time around. Is it faster? If it is, then maybe they've been told to hurry up. Try and break out the gap. Sainz is better overall, had more podiums than Charles. I still think Leclerc edges it over Sainz. Sainz is... I don't know. I'm still a big fan of Sainz. Next year is an important year for Sainz because he needs to get off to a good start. He didn't get off to a good start this year when they had a good car. Got caught up in some incidents. Of course, they've had the reliability issues as well. Sainz has got potential, but at the moment, Leclerc is the better driver. Yes, Leclerc has had his incidents, but I think part of that reason, as we've said before in previous watch-alongs, is that Leclerc has gone to drive over the limit too often to try and make up for the lack of confidence he has in the strategy and the pit crew. And that's why he's unfortunately had those issues he's had. Bottas could catch Sainz if it rains. Yeah, maybe. I don't think so. Well, yeah, maybe. No, definitely not. No, definitely not. What am I saying? I was just looking at lap times. Sainz is doing 15 seconds. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker than Bottas, so no, definitely not. But last time around, a 15.8 for Russell and a 15.7 for Hamilton. So not too quick. Maybe the lap before was them turning the battery up, using a bit more of the battery. So Ferrari saying they're side by side with Perez on strategy at the moment. So they won't be able to undercut Perez. As when Perez pits, they'll be side by side as they come out of the pit lane. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. But Perez now 8 seconds behind Russell. Just cannot keep up with the pace of Russell. And Hamilton is closing quickly. Hamilton now less than 2.5 seconds. He was 8 tenths quicker than Perez that last lap alone. Yeah, Russell hitting traffic, but it's not going to hold him up too much. So odds for Hamilton winning. He's not odds on favourite, that's for sure. Odds on favourite is Russell. He's got track position. He's 10 seconds ahead, 9 seconds ahead of Hamilton. And yeah. Now just into Karun. What's he got to say? So Sainz has now undercut Perez. So, yeah, the cooler temperatures are playing into Mercedes' hand, Karun Chandhok is saying. So, yes, Ferrari have now confirmed that Sainz... Yeah, so Ferrari have just said that Sainz has now undercut Perez because Perez is struggling. I reckon we'll see Perez might come in and pit even now. Is Perez going to come and pit in now? Because he's being caught by Hamilton. Less than 2 seconds. Is he coming into the pit lane? No, he's going a bit longer. Okay. Bottas or Vettel, driver of the day right now? So far, yes, one of those two. I think Bottas, personally, over Vettel, because Bottas started further down the grid than Vettel. And he's had good pace, Bottas, as well. He's made some really good overtakes. It's the manner in which he's got up to P5 as well. It's not out of luck. And Ocon, I think either one of those, Bottas, Vettel or Ocon, could quite, at the moment, warrant driver of the day. Because Ocon started 17th, caught a lot of flack, as we said, a lot of unnecessary flack online yesterday when it wasn't his fault, those incidents, and is now up into 7th position. A great drive from him so far. Verstappen P10, yep, but he's on 17 old lap soft tyres. He'll be able to take those a bit longer, but he'll be coming into the pit probably soon to come and get off those soft tyres. So let's catch up on the grid at the moment. So Hamilton is fast approaching Perez. That's really where it's closest at the moment. Leclerc is on the back of Norris, so he'll probably get him when they come around the start-finish line. Russell, 8. So Mercedes said, we're thinking soft tyre for the end, and Russell went, yeah, copy, no, soft. How do you take that, guys? How do you take that? He wants the softs, or does he not want the softs? But he's only got used softs available to him. But Leclerc now on the back of Norris, as we said. Is he going to be able to overtake him down into the first corner? I think this is going to be pretty much a done deal. 2 temps. And Leclerc has overtaken Norris without contact this time into the first corner. Will Norris have any answer back to him? Because he'll be able to have DRS back down into T4. Don't think he has. He's closing up. And no. Norris struggling today. He just needs to try and secure a point. Verstappen is closing up fast behind him. But Leclerc and Verstappen still to pit. And they will pit before Norris, who is on that medium tyre. And they're on the softs. So Hamilton now 3 temps behind Perez, as we was discussing that there. Oh, this is it, isn't it? Surely. This is it from Hamilton on Perez. Surely he is going to overtake Perez here. DRS open. 1/10. Less than a 10th. And Hamilton has overtaken Perez through turn 4. No, they're side by side. They're side by side, and Hamilton hasn't been able to overtake Perez. The Ministry of Defence. He's proven once again that he is not going anywhere. Hamilton thought it was a done deal. They went side by side, and Perez holds him off for just a touch longer. Max have issues at the start. Yeah, whoa. Did Max have issues at the start? He, yes, he had contact with Lewis Hamilton, of all people, and got a 5-second penalty for it. So, but here goes Hamilton this time around. He's got so much more grip than Perez. 2 temps. He's less than 3 temps behind Perez here. 3 temps now. So with DRS, this is probably the overtake down into the first corner. Just watching it on TV where they were going side by side. Hamilton backed out of it. And here we go. Hamilton, has he overtaken Perez? He has indeed. A much more straightforward pass into T1. But we know Perez doesn't give up lightly. He will have DRS down into T4. Does he have the grip to come back at Hamilton? I don't quite think so. He is 8 temps behind Hamilton. He'll get close, but not close enough. So Hamilton up into P2 now. We have a 1-2 for Mercedes, and Hamilton is now on a mission to charge down his teammate, George Russell. So we'll see if those 5-lap younger tyres have a benefit here for Hamilton on Russell. Sorry, George, you call me? Oh. So, yeah, much easier overtake there. And Verstappen is now on the back of Norris. Leclerc comes into the pits. 23 laps. He took those soft tyres. Max Verstappen, this will be an easy overtake on Lando Norris, I assume. Don't think he'll fight it too hard. It isn't Lando's race. Max also has a pit stop as well, but he's held on to it. Fair play, Lando. Fair play. So Hamilton, a 15.9 last time around compared to George Russell's 16 dead. So they're running similar lap times at the moment. Perez is already out of the DRS of Lewis Hamilton. So really, Perez's race here is with Sainz, not the Mercedes. Guys, I'm just going to say it. I did not think that I'd see Mercedes in a 1-2, a comfortable 1-2 this weekend. I didn't think we'd see it all season after the troubles they've had. I thought Mexico was their last realistic chance. They threw that away with their strategy as Bottas comes into the pits. And I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. This is F1, guys. Even when there's been very little to play for, with all the championships still wrapped up, it still surprises us. And I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Hamilton is still racing Sainz, though. No, because Sainz will not be able to take those mediums to the end of the race. I'm pretty sure Sainz is doing a free stop race. For Sainz to take those medium tyres to 35 laps is a tall order. I think because he'll drop off so quickly in regards to like pace. I think he still needs to make another pit stop. I can't show you the race, Neo. No, I'll get done for copyright. So this is the next best thing. Driver tracker data. This is the next best thing. But yeah, there's still potential, of course, for safety cars. That would make things interesting, wouldn't it? With Verstappen currently in P6 as well. Sainz there as well, Perez. This could make things interesting, guys, if there was a safety car. Imagine that. So Russell now catching a bit of traffic, Zhou and Albon. This will help Hamilton close the gap a little bit. So happy one Mercedes driver is going to win. Well, stranger things have happened. I would like one of them to win, but stranger things have happened, guys. Stranger things. So, Mick Schumacher comes into the pits as well. 21 laps on those soft tyres. People taking them around 20 laps is how long the softs are lasting. No one now, other than Tsunoda and Max Verstappen, have a brand new set of softs to take. So, Verstappen is probably going to go, it's 20 laps. He's going to take these probably 2 more laps, these soft tyres. Then he'll probably go onto the softs so that he's got 20 laps on those soft tyres. So Perez in the pits, just consistently dropping time from the front 2 and losing time to Sainz. Sainz is going to come out considerably ahead of Perez. He's lost a lot of time there. But as we said, is Sainz going to take these to the end? Don't think he is. Think he's still going to have to take another pit stop. But it'll be close between him and Perez at the end. We could see some fireworks there. Could Max do a madness? Only if there's a safety car now. If there's a safety car now, then yes, because he'll have a fresh set of softs to use compared to everyone else who only has used or a fresh set of mediums. But if there isn't a safety car within the next 2-3 laps, or maybe even 5 laps, Max is going to have to pit and he'll drop further down the grid. So Vettel is on a fresh set of mediums, taking these to the end. Hamilton did a 16.6 last time around, a 16.0. Let's see what Hamilton does this time. Oh, Hamilton's in the pits. Hamilton is in the pits. Okay. So Hamilton's come into the pit lane. He has decided not to take those medium tyres longer than his teammate, which is a bit interesting. So let's see what he comes out to. This has got to be a fresh set of mediums, surely. Unless he's going onto an old set of softs. But I think he's going onto a fresh set of mediums. Maybe they're going onto the old softs. Let's see. Maybe the tyre deck is that good. But they think the softs can go 22 laps. He is. So Hamilton's coming out onto a used set of softs. They think with the track temperature dropping as it is to 40 degrees, that the tyre deg is good enough for them to come out onto old soft tyres. Interesting, guys. Interesting. So I reckon this is what we're going to see Russell do as well. Verstappen's in the pits. So there we go, guys. There goes that Verstappen madness with a possible safety car. Verstappen's in the pits. He'll be definitely coming onto a second set of softs, a fresh set of softs as well. So we are going to see Mad Max in a good way. Mad Max in a good way, charging through the field here at the end. Oh. So Lewis Hamilton went, my tyres are good, my tyres are good. And they went, Bono said very comfortably, box, 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 box. Like, no. So he did what Mercedes told him to there. Interesting. Very interesting. And Russell is also in the pits as well, coming onto a set of softs. So, yeah, they think that the degradation, comfortably, they're going to take these softs, cover off any potentialities. Look, Russell comes out ahead of Sainz. There's any potentiality there of Russell getting done by Sainz and Hamilton as well by Perez. Interesting. Latifi crashes with 5 laps to go. We could see rain. I don't know what the rain is. We've still got 21 laps remaining, guys. 21 laps remaining. But so let's have a quick catch up with the grid. So we've got Russell in P1 still on softs now. U sets. Sainz is on 13 lap mediums. Hamilton 3rd position. Perez 4th. Alonso back up into 5th position again. Is he taking those mediums to the end of the race, or is he gonna try and do a free stop? Bottas is on his 6th position. Great performance by him. Vettel is currently 7th. Leclerc has fought his way back into 8th. So to protect against the undercut and the soft tyre is faster throughout, Bono has just said in response to Hamilton saying, why? And Hamilton just has done a 1:14.4. There's your answer, Lewis. That's why the soft tyre is beneficial to come out on. There you go. At what lap window would drivers not pit onto inters and stay out on dries? As soon as they lose grip. Soon as they lose grip, soon as you start seeing that you just don't have the turn in, you're uncomfortable on the brakes, then you switch onto inters. So, but Lando doing a good job in P12. I mean, he's had Alonso could still pit maybe. We don't know. He's been Lando as well has been very sick this weekend. He had food poisoning, hasn't eaten, hasn't slept a lot. So for him to be even dragging this car around for a race distance, it's just an achievement in itself. He won't see it that way, but we'll see. One more race left, Abu Dhabi. I think it's next weekend, isn't it? Abu Dhabi's next weekend, and that's the last race that we have, guys. So let's keep an eye on Russell. What lap time does he set on the first time lap? A 1:13.9. So that is a very good lap time from Russell. This is definitely Russell's to lose now, in my opinion. I don't think Hamilton can win this. This is about Mercedes getting a 1-2. Russell has commanded this race today, guys. Brilliant from him. Brilliant from him. So, guys, we're currently on 70 likes. If you could get the stream to over 100 likes, it'd be much appreciated. It helps push the channel. And, of course, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Because we will be back here for Abu Dhabi for the last race of the season. I'll be doing plenty more watch-alongs in next year as well. Try and make every single one that we can. So, yeah. Will Sainz pit? His lap time looks good on the medium. Possibly. Possibly. I think now... Oh, there's a yellow flag. Where's that yellow flag? Norris has stopped. Norris has stopped. Is this a safety car? Has he pulled it over to a safe area, or have we got a safety car? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. That's definitely an area where he can pull over, but he has stopped. Norris has stopped. I didn't think he'd make it to the end of the race. If he fell outside the points, I didn't think they'd make him complete the whole race because of him not being at 100%. But is this pulled over to a safe position? I think it is, because it's still just a yellow flag. I think he's over on the grass, over the left-hand side. as they come over there. But still waiting to see. No VSC either. So, oh, Lando is on track. Lando... Hang on. Lando lost power, and it's a virtual safety car. It's a virtual safety car. So they can probably roll that car away from where he is. He's on kind of like he's on like the middle of the track there. I don't think that's a full safety car. He'll be able to move, the marshals will be able to move that in between the track here, so it's out of the way. But yeah, virtual safety car. Alonso making an opportunity of a cheap pit stop here. This is going to benefit Alonso coming out on fresher, soft tyres compared to the guys ahead. He is going to come out behind his teammate. Brilliant, brilliant. That's really where we want to keep an eye on, guys. Alonso and Ocon, round 2, or shall we say round 3? Because they had 2 incidents yesterday. Well, that's going to be an interesting one. I'm genuinely excited for that. So Sainz has come into the pits. He is going to come out probably on a new set of softs. And Perez is staying out track position on those mediums. But to be honest, this is a virtual safety car. I don't think this doesn't require a full safety car because of where his car is, and I don't think they should neutralise the race too much with the safety car. It doesn't need it. That's false drama. We've had a lot of drama anyway. There's still plenty of drama to be had. There's still 15 laps remaining. But they're taking a while to get rid of Lando's car, that's for sure. It wasn't the same spot as Ricciardo and Magnussen. Ricciardo and Magnussen was in turn 8 here, in the slower section. But Lando's car is pulled off to the side here, where the 10 marker is. It's like they can move it in between the track so that it's in a safe position. But... fastest lap time at the moment is to George Russell. He just crept into the 1:13. So 1:13.9 it was. But look at Alonso on the back of Ocon, guys. Look at the back of Alonso. That is going to be... Oh, and there's a safety car. Oh. So they can't get rid of Lando's car. They can't safely get rid of Lando's car without a... I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like this is a bit of false drama. But the marshals... So the marshals, like... Remember with Danny Ricciardo's car in Monza? They couldn't move that McLaren. They can't move Lando's car either. So they need to get a recovery vehicle out there to get the McLaren off the track, out of the way. So, okay, it does require a safety car. I take back what I said, but here we go. Here we go. So Russell has got it all to do from Hamilton. Hamilton is going to want this win. Of course, don't rule out Perez or Sainz. Verstappen they're quite fortunate that Verstappen is down in P10 at the moment. So he won't come into the equation. But we've got a grandstand finish again here, guys. Grandstand finish. Will the Mercedes take each other out? Who knows? Lewis will want that win at the first win of the season. He will want it dearly in front of those Brazilian fans. He was gone for about 10 minutes. Lando has had a mechanical failure. He's had to stop the car, and they can't move it like they couldn't move Ricciardo's car in Monza. Seems to clearly be an issue with the McLaren not being able to move it. So they have to get a recovery vehicle on track, which is why the full safety cars have been drawn. And that's our second full safety car of the day after the first lap incident with Danny Ricciardo and Magnussen. But, right, guys, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do it just like F1 is doing it at the moment as well. We're going to do it just like we've got the F1. We're going to do our driver of the day. We're going to do driver of the day poll. We're at 93 likes, guys. Come on, there's 400 of you in here. You can hit that. You can hit that like button for us. Get it over to 100. So George just asked, "What are we doing? Are we racing or are we getting a 1-2?" And they went, "You're racing, but respect the 1-2." I think George has got enough to cover from Lewis. If he gets the launch on the safety car, I think he's got enough to cover from Lewis. I think he's had the pace in the bag all day, and he's got slightly fresher tyres as well. So let's give our drivers of the day. I think these are the 4 who are drivers of the day. I think thus far it is between... Oh, hang on. Why is it so delayed, man? And... There we go. So, who is your driver of the day? I think it's personally between these 4 drivers. I think it's between George Russell, because he's been very commanding today, leading from the fronts, handled everything that's been kind of thrown at him. You could argue Hamilton as well, but fighting his way back to second. But I think Russell has been better. And then you've got Bottas, who I think has been phenomenal, bringing it up to P5, Vettel and Ocon as well. So let me know who you think. Hit. Who do you think? Verstappen not going to play nice. No, there's going to be something dirty coming from Red Bull. Just getting. No, they won't. He's in P10. Max is in P10, so there's nothing that he's going to be able to do now. But everyone's racing for position, so Max isn't going to be able to make up that much headway that quickly. Max is a smart boy at the end of the day. No one. The only person who's on brand new tyres behind them, Hamilton, which he just said, he goes, "Oh shoot, people on brand new tyres behind us," is only Verstappen. So Leclerc also for driver of the day has got back up to P6 from. Yeah, actually, to be fair, yeah, you could say Leclerc is warranted there. I just feel like the others have been a bit more commanding in their drives. I mean, look at Bottas in Alpha. For me at the moment, it's Bottas. Bottas is first for my driver of the day. He's 5th position. He's dragged at Alfa Romeo. He's had a poor qualifying this weekend. He made a few positions up yesterday in the sprint race, and in this race today, he's in P5. He's splitting the 2 Ferraris, and I think he's got the pace to maybe hold off Leclerc. Maybe he won't, but we'll see. Don't count out signs. Get past Perez quick if you can get the win. No, I don't think so. He's on an old set of mediums. Softs, still hasn't been anywhere near as quick as the Mercedes. This is between Russell and Hamilton. As long as they don't take each other out, it's a Mercedes 1-2. Who's going to win? I don't know. But safety car's not in this lap, clearly, because they're still going round. Oh, 40 odd % at the moment is saying George Russell. Bottas is 30% with Vettel close behind in 24%. Ocon is in 6%. Yeah, I still think Ocon's had a brilliant drive today. That, to me, is where it's going to get spicy. I think the Mercedes will get spicy, but the spiciness is coming from Alonso and Ocon, especially after yesterday. So, wait for that. Are we going to get the sprint race ×2? And Alonso's on much fresher tyres. So that's going to be interesting, guys. That's going to be interesting. Thank you for the likes, guys. Over 112 likes. Over 450 of you in here at the moment. Much appreciated. Thanks, everyone, tuning in, as always. So they've let Albon go through. Are they going to let Tsunoda and Latifi go through? Are they letting Tsunoda and... What's Tsunoda doing? It's gonna take another lap at least. So I reckon safety car will be in next lap. Yes, Max. The safety car hasn't come in because they have to let lap cars through. Remember that? All lap cars. Not some. All. I'm sorry, guys. I had to. I had to say it. How many laps left? So you can see the laps just down here. It says 58 out of 71 laps. So it'll be 50. It'll probably be... I reckon the safety car will come in next lap. Well, Sonoda needs to fucking unlap himself first. Come on, Sonoda. What are you doing? Stop arsing about. Sonoda's not overtaking. What is he doing? Why is he not unlapping himself? I don't know what Sonoda's doing. They're supposed to unlap themselves, and Sonoda is the only one who hasn't unlapped himself. Why? Why? Where's the link for the stream? I don't have a link for a live stream. I'm watching it on Sky F1 on my tablet here. I'm sure there's other ways that you can try and find it. But why is Sonoda not unlapping himself? Oh, team order from Alpine. Oh, Ocon and Alpine. I told you it's going to get spicy at Alpine. We do not want you fighting Fernando. Is that clear? Mate, Yuki Tsunoda can't unlap himself. Okay, so Tsunoda is in the middle of the pack, not unlapped himself. What is happening? Tsunoda is holding this whole safety car procedure up. What are you doing? Why is no one giving the message to Tsunoda to unlap himself? Well, it looks like the safety car is coming in, guys, and I don't know why Tsunoda hasn't unlapped himself. He might get a penalty for that. But we're about to go racing again. Here we go. Things are going to get spicy between the Alpines and here, and of course, with the Mercedes at the front. They need to be careful that they don't give up a position to Perez or to Sainz because things could get tasty. But we've got 11 laps remaining of this race. It's pretty much another sprint race, guys. And here we go. George Russell has got the run down into T1. He has managed to hold off Lewis Hamilton as they go into the first corner. Lewis hasn't been able to get the position. Everyone holds station. Leclerc has got past Bottas, to be expected. So here it goes again. Is Russell going to be able to hold off Lewis down into T4? Doesn't look like, without DRS enabled at the moment. We have to wait 2 laps. Ocon has got past Vettel, so he's pretty much shut up his own team. Let me race, let me concentrate on Vettel, and that's exactly what he's done. Alonso is now easily past Vettel. Let's see if team orders come into play and will Ocon adhere to him. But Russell is now 8 tenths ahead of Hamilton, and on those slightly fresher tyres, is got the grip. He's already nearly broken that DRS range. 9 tenths from Hamilton. Perez on those medium tyres is going to hold up Sainz, that's for sure. Sainz 3 tenths behind. Leclerc close behind as well. Don't rule out Leclerc here, but he is on much older soft tyres. And George Russell, 9 tenths, nearly a second ahead of Hamilton, opened on that first lap. This has been a brilliant drive from Russell today, I must admit. If he goes on to win this race, it is thoroughly deserved. 1 second now between Hamilton, but Hamilton will get the toe up behind Russell into T1. And Perez has been able to hold off Sainz without the DRS enabled yet. The Ferrari just doesn't quite have enough to get past Perez. But Sainz, with the much fresher, softer compound tyres, is already on the back of Perez. Is he going to be able to overtake him? He really needs to get past the Red Bull if he has a chance of getting up behind Lewis. And, of course, holding off his own teammate, Charles, as well. He hasn't been able to. So, Tsunoda has now let everyone through being the lap car. That was a total mix-up there. And Alonso has got past Ocon. So, Ocon did adhere to team orders there. Not as spicy as we thought it was going to be. Probably a sensible decision. And Alonso is already past Bottas. Wow, Alonso, we didn't include him in driver of the day, guys. They have really, really benefited from this virtual safety car. If it wasn't for the virtual safety car, Alonso was going to finish probably in the points, but nowhere near as high up as he is. Is it deserved? You can say if it is or isn't, but still great drives anyway. And Russell has already broken the DRS toe, or the DRS range of Hamilton. 1.2 seconds ahead now, because DRS is going to be enabled this lap. 1:13.7 from Russell. That is a great time. Perez much slower on those medium tyres, holding up the Ferraris. Look at that. Over a second slower than the Mercedes Perez. He is really holding up Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc on those soft tyres. The Sainz really needs to overtake Perez, but he just doesn't have the straight line speed. This time around, DRS will be open, so Sainz will be able to be a bit more aggressive. And all the while this is happening, Alonso is catching up to Leclerc. Woo! Bottas in P7, under attack from Ocon. Verstappen up in P9. Vettel, unfortunately, is been one of the victims of this virtual safety car. He is on medium 16-old medium tyres. Such a shame for him, because he really deserves more here from this race. It's been a great drive from him today. Mick Schumacher, can he get up behind Stroll? Doesn't look like it so far. There's a bit of a train forming behind Vettel with Zhou and Stroll. Hopefully we see Vettel finish ahead of Stroll. I'll openly say I would like to see that, guys. Hopefully you would too. But yeah, you can see Russell just eking out a little bit more time ahead of Hamilton. But this looks like an ominous... I'm not going to say ominous, because I'm saying ominous too many times. But this looks like this is a comfortable 1-2 for Mercedes. Did not think I'd be saying that at the start of today, or even at the start of this week, guys. But Carlos Sainz is now... Oh, Carlos Sainz is ahead of Perez. Yes, a much-needed move for him. Now, how quickly is he going to be able to make up time on those Mercedes? Has he got the pace in free air? Verstappen has got past Ocon as well, and is now on the chase to catch up with Alonso. But Alonso is now on the back of Leclerc. Alonso's going to come into play here, guys. He's got 8 lap fresher softs than Leclerc, and he's on a much softer compound tyre than Perez. Grandstand finish, guys, with Alonso there, but the Mercedes aren't pulling away. So Carlos Sainz, 2.7 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton staying around 1.3 seconds behind Russell outside the DRS. They really of course, Hamilton wants to win this, but a 1-2 is important for them today to show really that they're back. Leclerc is 2 tenths behind Perez. DRS open. He is surely going to have Perez down into the first corner. Here he is side by side, and Charles Leclerc is ahead of Perez. Is he able to hold it as they exit the S's? Yes, he is. And Perez is struggling on those 16-old lap medium tyres, and Alonso is now right on the back of him. 3 tenths, 2 tenths behind. DRS open. Is he going to have him into turn 4? No. He is going to hold position just for now, but Perez is going to drop another position and will eventually be probably overtaken by Verstappen. Verstappen is going to overtake Perez here, because even with a 5-second penalty, this is just ridiculous. This is what a safety car can do. If you end up on the wrong side of a safety car, it can really just completely outdo your race, and Perez doesn't really deserve that. He's driven a good race today, but just how it goes sometimes, just how it goes. So Leclerc is now into 4th position, 19-old softs. Sainz has lost even more time from Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. He's now 3 seconds behind. So those Mercedes really do have it covered today. And it looks like George has it covered from Hamilton as well. But Alonso on the back of Perez now. Is he going to be able to overtake him? DRS open, 2 tenths behind, 1 tenth. Is he going to be able to overtake Perez down into the first corner? No, but he's right on the back of him. He's got the grip out of turn 2. Oh, well, this is done deal for Alonso. He is 1 tenth behind Perez now. They're side by side as they go down the main straight. Not even a second. There we go. Alonso is ahead of Perez. He's been able to hold that position. And Alonso will now go on and chase Charles Leclerc, of all people. Alonso is in P5. Was it too early of our driver of the day vote, guys? Probably. probably. And Verstappen is fast approaching as well. Unfortunately, Vettel has lost position to Stroll on those medium tyres and fallen outside of the points. So not deserved, guys. So not deserved. Really disappointing there that Vettel has been left on the medium tyres. He's a sitting duck, just like Perez is. Mick Schumacher is 6/10 behind Stroll. Just a quick second there, guys. But Alonso did exactly the same thing to Perez there that he did to Ocon. Waited till the last minute to pull out from behind behind Perez, and they nearly had another crash. Alonso waits until the very last second to pull out from behind people's slipstream, and it causes issues. So Bottas in 9th position, Ocon in 8th. That's pretty much done deal for Ocon there. Is he going to be able to hold off Bottas? Most likely. But Max Verstappen is closing up on Perez. Nothing Perez can do. He's been left a sitting duck on those medium tyres, and Verstappen will overtake him. So Hamilton is now within nearly DRS from George Russell. 1.2 second, guys. 5 seconds to go. 5 laps to go. Sorry, not 5 seconds. And Lewis is 1.3 seconds. He did get to about 1.1, nearly within DRS, but I think George just has that extra grip in that tighter, twisty section than Lewis. We will see if Lewis can make up a bit of time here down the main straight, but look at them setting almost identical lap times at the moment. They need to be careful. If they start fighting, then it's going to allow Sainz to catch up because he's not too far behind. It's not been Red Bull's weekend. No, it hasn't. But at the end of the day, they are they've been faultless all year. So they're allowed to have one poor race, I think. What happened to Max? He made contact with Lewis, of all people, through the S's at the start of the race. And, well, not at the start of the race, about, 6 laps in, 7 laps in? And he got given a 5-second time penalty because it was deemed to be Max's fault. Now, Max has overtaken Perez to be expected. Will he be able to hold off Ocon? Seems like he is doing, even on those medium tyres, faster lap times than Ocon, so most probably will, with only 4 laps remaining. Hamilton and Russell, the gap is staying the same. Alonso really is where it's at now. Is Alonso going to be able to catch Charles Leclerc, of all people, with 4 laps remaining? 1.2 seconds behind. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see what happens. But yeah, Tsunoda at the bottom. Latifi is not at the bottom, guys. Latifi is not at the bottom. But that's mainly because he was allowed to unlap himself and Tsunoda, for some reason, didn't. I'd be interested to see why that was. But Hamilton, not able to close up enough into that DRS zone. Verstappen doing a 14.1. He is quicker than Alonso. He might catch Alonso before Alonso catches Leclerc here, because Leclerc is doing similar lap times to Alonso. So Alonso just not able to close up the gap enough here. Is Bottas going to be able to hold off Stroll, who is on slightly younger tyres? Not too much younger, but slightly younger tyres. Let's see what happens there. Vettel just outside the points, man. I know I keep saying it. But hand squeeze Verstappen out. Verstappen broke his front wing, got a 5-second penalty. Yeah, I think personally it was more on Hamilton than it was Verstappen. But the new regulations state that if a car is ahead as they go into the corner, they're able to technically crowd the guy out. I think that's right. So they deemed it as Max's fault, not Lewis's. I think Lewis could definitely give him more room. Of course he could have done, but he was ahead. That's how it's deemed at the moment. I will shore that up after the race. We'll have a look and see what the deal is there. But Leclerc on the radio. Charles Leclerc asking, can we change position? Can we change position at all? No is the answer to that. It's for a podium, man. Hi, Katie. Welcome to the stream. So Hamilton, see that he closes up the gap a little bit when they get the get the toe, but then Russell just is better on the brakes and through this tighter twisty section than Hamilton is on those slightly older used tyres. So Russell just has him covered during this tight twisty section. But we've got 2 laps remaining after this. Mercedes apparently saying that they're still free to race, but I don't think Hamilton has got enough to get in that DRS to close up on Russell. Russell has him covered. So Verstappen holding station behind Alonso. So is Alonso on Leclerc. Everything kind of fizzled out here at the moment. The closest on track really is Mick Schumacher and Zhou. But that's not for any kind of really meaningful positions. Thanks, Logo. Yeah, no, it's good, man. Good that you found the channel. I do live watch-alongs. I do F1 content, like opinions and stuff, and then I also do sim racing as well, which you can see from the wheel. So I love my VR sim racing, predominantly F1 on iRacing. As we said, for anyone who doesn't know, I will actually be meeting George Russell in a few weeks' time at a Mercedes-sponsored event that I qualified for. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be streamed live. And yeah, I'm on Team George Russell against Team Jarno Opmeer. So yeah, that'll be good fun. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, George Russell now 1.5 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Sainz just not able to close the gap either. Verstappen nearly within the DRS of Alonso. Is he going to be able to break into that DRS to have a go at Alonso on the last lap? Don't think so. But Hamilton dropping another 10th now, having a little wobble there. Sainz made up a couple of attempts on Hamilton. Hamilton starting to lose the grip in those soft tyres as he's pushing to stay with Russell. But we're about to get on to the last lap now, guys. Lap 71 of 71. And that is white flag. This is a brilliant drive from Russell, if you ask me. He's answered everything that's been thrown at him. He's had 2 safety car restarts. He's got off the line really well. He has been the fastest man on track today, bar none. And that's not a small feat when you've got Lewis Hamilton as your teammate in equal machinery at a track he loves as well. So this has been a great drive from him. And it's a Mercedes one too, guys. It's a Mercedes one too. I never thought I'd say that this season, but it is. As they're coming around the last couple of corners, Verstappen is now in DRS of Alonso. Will he get the toe from Alonso down and overtake him for a P5 position? It'd be brilliant if he does. Perez, unfortunately, down in P7 on those medium tyres. Left in no man's land today, unfortunately. Screwed over by the safety car. And here we go. Round the last corner. And George Russell is coming across the line. He is your 2022 Brazilian Grand Prix winner. A Mercedes 1-2 with Hamilton in second, Sainz in third. Guys, George Russell has won his first Grand Prix ever in F1. A well-deserved win, and Hamilton has come second to make it a Mercedes 1-2. What? Leclerc, a brilliant recovery from him up to P4. Once again, a brilliant recovery from Verstappen as well. And Fernando Alonso, massively benefiting from the virtual safety car and the safety car to work his way up from 17th position to 5th. Great drive. Perez screwed over by the safety car down into P7. Ocon, still a great drive as well. Just listening to George Russell across the line on the TV coverage. Absolutely mad. Vettel just finishes outside of the points, guys. But Bottas, a great drive in P9. Woo! Ooh, Drive to Survive worthy. I'll tell you what, if they don't include this weekend in their episode next season, I'm going to be screwing, because we had Magnussen, we had the sprint, and we've had this race. I mean, it's been overall an eventful weekend. And guys, I know I keep saying it, this race needs to be the last race of the season. It deserves to be the F1 finale. I made a video on it. Go check it out. 5 minutes of your time, 6 minutes of your time. I should add this race to it as well, because every single race is drama here. It's just such a great track. It promotes racing. The track conditions force a 2-stop. We get rain every now and then as well, which adds to the spiciness. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant race, guys. Brilliant weekend overall. Merc ahead of Ferrari in the championship. Yes, they are. They are ahead of Ferrari in the championship now, which will mean more money, more prize money, but less wind tunnel time. So, yeah, be interesting. But I think Mercedes would much rather have this than the wind tunnel time, to be honest. Clearly got a handle on the car at the end of the season, which bodes well for 2023, guys. We could see, hopefully Ferrari get their act together and we can see a 3-team fight and a multiple drivers challenge for the World Championship next year. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Who wouldn't want to see that? Happy for Mercedes, Hamilton and Russell. Yeah, brilliant. Let's see what Lewis has to say. I bet does he come over the radio and say he's happy? Or yeah, he's happy. He's happy. Of course he wanted to win it, but he's happy. Who is driver of the day? Well, we did originally put a poll out just before the safety car. And it was going to be... Oh, let's have a look and see. So it was between Russell, Bottas, Vettel and Ocon. And Russell is winning with 159 votes. It's 55% George Russell. And I think we will end that poll as well. I think that's well deserved. You could say that the Leclerc's fight back up to P4. But I think Russell was commanding. It's a shame for Bottas and a shame for Vettel. They both got screwed over by the safety car at the end there, unfortunately. So did Perez. Perez didn't really do anything wrong today, and he's still been beaten by his teammate who had a 5-second penalty and had to pit for a new front wing. So, but that's how it goes. That's F1. That's racing. You could argue Alonso as well. He's massively benefited from the safety car. So, yeah, lots and lots to talk about. And if you want a great podcast, guys, to go and listen to race review-wise, go check out the Missed Apex podcast. I am a panelist on there. I'm not on there tonight, but they will be going live. I don't know what time they're going live, but they'll be going live in a couple of hours' time on YouTube. You can listen to them back on Spotify, Apple as well. And yeah, they have a great race review. So go and listen to them. But great race, guys. Great race. Appreciate everyone who has been here. Any new subs as well. Charlie, thank you. Just see that come through. And anyone else, YouTube doesn't always show it. But a great drive from Russell. Let's have a rundown of the grid, guys, one last time. So George Russell in P1, led from start to finish. Lewis Hamilton in second, a Mercedes 1-2 in 2022. Who thought that would ever be possible, guys, this season? Sainz and Leclerc in third and fourth, bringing up the for Ferrari. Alonso P5, bringing it all the way from pretty much near the bottom of the grid. Brilliant result for Alpine and a double points finish for Alpine as well, compared to McLaren's double non-finish. We have Verstappen in P6. Great recovery from him after the contact with Lewis and the penalty. Perez in 7th, unfortunately being screwed over by the safety car there at the end, being on the medium tyres. Ocon in P8. Once again, a great drive from him. I think 9 places gained. Bottas, great drive. Brilliant drive from him. Deserves so much more as well. Stroll sneaking into a points position. Pretty much an understated drive today. Vettel, look at him on those medium tyres. Another one like Perez, screwed over by the safety car. Zhou in 12th. Mick Schumacher, a solid drive from him. Could have been better. I think I'll have to go back and watch it back, but I think he got screwed over a little bit by the safety cars. Unfortunately there, got left out on older tyres. Gasly 14th, Albon 15th, Latifi 16th. Not finishing last, guys. Latifi didn't finish last. And Tsunoda down in 17th position with Norris, Magnussen and Ricciardo, your non-finishers. Ooh. Woo. Wow. Wow, guys. Well, that was, very interesting race. Glad I covered it. George Russell is in tears. He's in tears, guys. George Russell is actually in tears after it must be so emotional for him, I'd admit, because he was so close in Sakir, wasn't he? The Sakir Grand Prix when he stepped in for Lewis. And there's no better way to do it than commanding a commanding race like this from start to finish. So, Brilliant. You had a Alan. You had a bet for Max finishing above Perez. Wow. Yeah, I wonder what his odds would have been when he had to pit and he was like last. So thanks, Poxy. Thank you to anyone who is still here. Much appreciated. Anyone who tuned in. How many likes have we got up to? We've got up to 121 likes. Can we get to 150? Can we get to 150? Maybe. But thanks, Spartan. Thanks, Spartan. You want to stay for my analysis of the race incidents? Well, George, how long till dinner? Okay. Timo, I would love to stay here and review the race incidents, but my lovely girlfriend has made me a roast dinner while the F1 has been on. So I am very hungry after this race. It's taken a lot out of me. What I will do is that I will probably make a video in the week, just having a look back at maybe some of the incidents and giving you guys my opinions. I will say this, quick review. Danny Ricciardo was definitely at fault for the first incident. Magnussen tried to he didn't stay on the brakes like you normally should to allow the car to move out of the racing line. Danny Ricciardo was the only car who took the avoiding action on the inside there, which is why they made contact. So definitely Danny Ricciardo's fault. Max and Lewis, I want to see it again, but I do believe that Lewis could have left him more room and probably should have done. But I think the way the regulations are stated now in regards to overtaking, the car that is ahead has room, or maybe it's the other way round. It's allowed to necessarily. I think the guy that is ahead, deemed to be ahead in the corner, is actually allowed to crowd the other guy off of track. Whether you agree with that or not, I don't know. I think I'm right there, and I think that's why Lewis was deemed to have not been at fault. It was probably a racing incident, but Lewis could have given him more room. But Lewis only didn't because he knew the regulations most likely said that. So that's my opinions on those incidents. Oh, and Lando with Charles Leclerc. It was Lando's fault. He understeered through the corner, made contact with Leclerc. Leclerc left him room. It's just the nature of the corner. And yeah, that's why Lando had that contact. So yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. While she's dishing up dinner, let's have a quick check of Twitter, guys. Let's have a quick check of Twitter. We're at 135 likes, guys. Come on. There's still enough of you in here to get 15 more likes. Go on. You can do it. You can do it. Kat, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. What a race. This is the Mr. Apex podcast, guys. Go check these guys out. They are on YouTube. I'm not sure what time they're going live, but check them out. They do a brilliant race review. I am a panelist on this podcast as well. So, yeah, definitely check them out. Right call for the pen, but Lewis has to know that Max is always going to leave the car there and need to give more space to avoid the contact. Yeah, Lewis should have left a little bit more room. But Dan Engine Mode is losing his beard. He is losing his beard because he is an ex-Red Bull employee. If you don't follow him, definitely go follow him. He's a great guy. He has his own podcast as well. Very witty as well with some of the stuff he comes out with. And he said that if Mercedes win a race this year, he'll shave his beard off. And he's got quite a beard, guys. He's got quite a beard, as you can see. That will be coming off. Wait, Verstappen didn't let Perez back pass. Wow, that's cold. Title sewn up. Still zero interest in being a team player. Impressive. Well, I think they asked him to let him by at the end when he was within the DRS of Alonso. So I understand why Max wouldn't let him through. Yeah, was that on Hamilton or Verstappen? That really, like, Lewis didn't give him enough racetrack, sent over the curb as a passenger. That's just what I saw. I tend to agree. But Max got the penalty because of the way the regulations are written, I think. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. Max Verstappen went against... So, Max Verstappen did actually go against team orders. And they asked him afterwards and went, Max, what was that about? And Max went, I told you guys, we've spoken about this before. No, I've been quite clear. My reasons are quite clear. Oh, all isn't well. In that, yeah, Martin Brundle, that is a message that Max Verstappen calls shots of Red Bull. Well. Drama still to be had here, guys. As I said, go listen to the Missed Apex podcast. Highly recommend you listen to their race review. I will be back. I'll be here during the week. I'm going to put a video together. I might do a debrief stream. I'll be doing some racing as well, my own racing. And yeah, we'll have a discussion. Max has no respect for Checo. I think so. That just indicates to me that it's basically Team Max, isn't it, Red Bull? It's Team Max. So we'll see. We'll see what's said there. But a great race, guys. I really appreciate everyone being here. Mercedes won too. Who would have thought of that at the start of the season? And who would have thought that George Russell would be the winner and not Lewis? Who knows? Maybe they will win at Abu Dhabi as well. I refuse to write them off now. I refuse to write them off. But a big thank you to everyone who is still here. There's about 100 of you. If you can hit the like button, I'll ask that one more time. Hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button is much more important than the like button. Turn those notifications on. I'll be back here for Abu Dhabi. I think it's next week. One more race, guys. One more race. And, of course, I'll be doing some F1 content video as well, giving my opinions on some of the stuff that I'm sure will arise out of this race, after this race. I'm sure the drama isn't finished just yet. So yeah, big thank you, guys. Have a lovely rest of your evening or your morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.